Welcome, gamers, to a journey back in time when pixels ruled and joysticks were king. If you know anything about Papa Brad, you know I'm a huge Atari fan. Introducing the MyArcade ATARI GameStation Pro. Is this the ultimate retro gaming console that brings back the golden age of gaming right into your living room? Or is it just another bad emulation console? Let's get it started. The MyArcade Atari GameStation Pro. First thing you notice, beautiful Atari style joysticks. 3 buttons. You've got paddles with 3 sensitivity settings that actually work. Got a button on top of the joystick. It connects to your TV with HDMI, making those retro games look crisp. Has an SD card, so you can load it up with all those retro games you want to play. Comes with 200 games, but that's not a problem because you're going to load a bunch more. Comes with some good hits: Asteroids, Missile Command, Centipede, Pong. Of course, it has the arcade version of Food Fight, might be my favorite, that it comes with stock. There's tons here to like, so let's dive deep into the GameStation Pro from MyArcade. First off, let's talk about the games. There's quite a few games in here. You have actually 200 games, but not all of them are Atari. Some of the Atari games you get are Air Sea Battle, Adventure, Asteroids, Boxing, Breakout, Canyon Bomber, Centipede, Circus Atari, Combat, Crystal Castles, Dark Chambers, Demon of Diamonds, Dodge 'em, Drag Race, Fast Eddie, Frog Pond, Gravatar, Haunted House, Human Cannonball, iRobot, Lunar Lander, Major Havoc, Millipede, Miniature Golf, Missile Command, Night Driver, Off the Wall, Outlaw, Pong, which is actually Video Olympics, Quad Run, Real Sports Baseball, Real Sports Football, Roadrunner, Skydiver, Solaris, Space War, Super Breakout, Sword Quest, several of those games, Star Raiders, Steeplechase, Tempest, Video Pinball, Warlords, Wizard, and Yar's Revenge. Those are pretty much the highlights of the Atari games included in the box. One of the great things about this console, of course, is that you can hook it up to an HD TV, HDMI out, and you can play a lot of these classic retro games in beautiful HD with a crisp, vibrant display that's going to showcase all the pixels of your favorite classic retro games. Another good feature about this is it has very good controls. I do really like the joystick that they had created. Very nice. Like kind of an Atari joystick taken to the next level. You've got a button in the front, you've got a button in top, you've got a spinner. Another cool thing about the joystick is if you hold on the button in the front, check this out. You can change the color of the RGB lights. And that is pretty cool. I like that. This thing has a ton of options baked into it, and that's one of the strengths of the Atari GameStation Pro. Look at this awesome joystick. Another benefit of the GameStation Pro is you don't have to worry about losing your progress. You can save your game and pick up right where you left off. So it has save states built in, and that's a huge benefit for all the built-in games. You have 2 save slots via the onboard memory and 2 save slots via an SD card, which you have to supply yourself. First thing you're going to want to do when you get this device, you're going to update your firmware to the latest firmware. The latest firmware as of the recording of this video is going to be the 1.3 firmware. I'll put links to upgrade your firmware. I like Gen X Grown Up. He's a great YouTuber, and he's going to show you exactly how to update your firmware.
And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 easy steps to update the firmware on your GameStation Pro, and then we'll take a quick look at the changes and improvements you can expect from this updated version of the software.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at the menu system of the MyArcade. The menu system is pretty clean. Atari games, press A to proceed. You've got all Atari 2600. And you just go down if you want to scroll over and look at the games. Atari 5200, 7800, arcade, paddle games, multiplayer, and recent. Okay, so you've updated your firmware. You're on the newest firmware. And now you're ready to really start adding some games. I'm going to recommend two sources. I'm going to recommend you watch Gen X Grown-Ups video on 10,000 games. And then I would also recommend that you visit Johnny. I'm going to put his link in the description of this video. He is going to help you figure out how to get all the games onto the GameStation Pro. You'll be using a memory card to fill up this GameStation Pro with every retro game that you ever want to play. I'm going to show you some of the games and what you can do with just a little bit of searching on YouTube. Let's check out Emulation on the GameStation Pro. Okay, so now we're in the memory card, and you're going to see I've set up some directories of the things that I'm interested in playing on this GameStation Pro. Of Atari 2600, you'll make another directory for your paddle games so that they work. The paddle does now work with the Atari 2600 games. I have some arcade games, Atari 7800, Genesis, Nintendo, Atari, Game Boy, and Game Gear. Let's check some of this out. Let's see, let's start with Atari. This is for educational purposes only. So you can see all these Atari games now are easily playable. Let me check out one of my favorites real quick. See how it plays. Okay, the first thing we're going to check out as far as emulation with the GameStation Pro. We're going to check out one of my favorite games of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the Activision classic Hero. This is a game I'm very familiar with, so I'll be able to test the emulation well. Play this game on original hardware now, the 2600 Plus, and of course now I'm checking it out on the GameStation Pro. So let me check it out and tell you what I think. Okay. One of the reasons to do the mod where you hack it and you put your own ROMs on it, of course, is you're going to miss all the Activision games if you don't do this. There are no Activision games. To be honest, a lot of the great Atari library is missing, in my opinion. So you're definitely going to want to hack this thing. Once you hack this mug, this is running smooth. Oh my goodness, the spider got me. Oh. There you go. Okay, so the Hero test, the emulation's very smooth. Joystick works pretty well. Of course, I do prefer using original Atari joystick, but this is very good, very playable, very high quality joystick. I'm gonna have to say for basic 2600 emulation, this gets a pass in my book. Atari 2600 emulation of the joystick is very good. I'm gonna try a difficult to run game next. Let's try Pitfall 2. That's a game that a lot of emulation has trouble running. Let's try that next. Okay, we're trying some Pitfall 2. All right. All right. Looking good. Okay, so no problem running Pitfall 2. Go back to the menu. So let's try some homebrew. Princess Rescue. Obvious what this is a tribute to. Yep, it's pretty much Mario running on a 2600. Looking good. There you go. Ah! So we're 2 for 2 on Homebrew. We ran River Raid and we ran Hero. So Atari 2600 emulation is pretty good. Let's try a paddle game real quick. You'll notice that paddle games are in their own directory. You title it Atari 2600 Paddle. So to test the paddle game, we're going to test Kaboom. This is one of the most demanding paddle games. Requires split-second accuracy, requires accuracy from the paddle control. So I will be playing this using the paddle control on the GameStation Pro controller. So let's see how it plays. Okay. I do want to point out one of the cool things is that you hit this button in the front, you can select the paddle sensitivity, which is important. I like it on low. For me, that works the best. So I'm going to select low. Okay. Whew. Okay, pretty good overall. Passes the Kaboom test. Plays pretty good. Let's try one other paddle game. Let's try Super Breakout. Okay, Super Breakout test, good. Let's go on to the next category. Checking out the 5200 emulation. Let's check out some Mega Mania. There you go, Mega Mania. Okay, checking out some 5200 emulation, some Defender. Okay, we're going to try some Genesis emulation next. Okay, let's check out some arcade games. I'm going to pick 3 games to play. 3 classics. Okay, let's try some Donkey Kong. Play some Gorf. This game has samples. We'll see if sound samples are working. And we're checking out Gorf.
Please store primary or sound for the emulation space on it.
This is surprisingly good emulation for a $100 device. Does have the sound samples, pretty cool. Right. Get him. Oh, come on. Get the mothership. Yes. Yes. Dodon Patchy, let's see how it does. Pretty impressive, not bad. Checking out some Frenzy. This will be coming out soon by New Wave Toys. Great classic game. Here we go. And here we go. There you go, Frenzy, running good with sound samples. Next up, let's try some X-Men action. See who I want to be. I'll be Storm.
In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world.
Let's try some Magic Sword. go. Coins! Excellent game, Magic Sword. Check out the review on my channel of this fantastic Capcom arcade game, which is running very well on this GameStation Pro. I have to say, this is very impressive. Now we're going to check out some NES emulation with Nix. He's going to be playing The Legend of Zelda. NES emulation is excellent. No problems with the NES emulation.
All right, here we go. Take the shield. Oh, stop doing that. Time to slay the dragon. Take that dragon. Take that dragon. I have slayed the dragon. Woo! And we have recovered a piece of the tribals. This episode of Legend of Zelda. Join us for part 2, and we will go through the next dungeon, and so on and so forth. Alright, until next time, keep on gaming, and yeah, be happy. Absolutely. We'll see you on the next one. Later, gamers.
The Game Boy game? Alright, let's do this! Tetris! 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 Woo! Okay, next up, some Game Boy Color emulation. So my final thoughts on the MyArcade Atari GameStation Pro are this is a pretty amazing device. For sub $100, it's a fun retro gaming device. You have a lot of emulation options. Be sure to check out the links in the description of this video. We'll send you where you need to go to be able to play all these amazing games. I'm enjoying it. If you enjoyed this content, consider subscribing to the channel. Smash that like button. And as always, stay legit.